Hey, welcome back to another video. Well, we're at Gardner Falls again. I've only been here once before and I thought I'd come down today. A little bit late in the morning, but sun's up, there's no clouds. I was going to do some rainforest stuff, but then I thought of this place and I thought, well, I could do some long exposure stuff. I haven't used the Polar Pro ND1000 much, or the 64, so it's a beautiful little section of water just down here. You can probably hear it in the background. Very pretty, cruisy little walk, a nice little quick one today, but maybe do some long exposure stuff with the water, some heaps of colour, lots of green. We had some rain last night, so the water's flowing. Oh, big storm yesterday afternoon, a thunderstorm, so it should be good. Anyway, let's head in. I'm just packing up the car, I've got the bag ready. 2 lenses only today. I've got the 15 to 35 RF, and also I've got that Canon FD macro 100mm. If I need to get in somewhere small, if I find something, some nice flowers or anything like that, I can get in and get a little bit of macro work. It's a very simple setup, but nonetheless, it should be nice and relaxing. There's only a couple of cars here in the car park, so it should be, very, very peaceful. Right, let's hit that intro and get this started. Heading down the little trail. It's not a big walk, but it's a very peaceful, easy, pretty walk. Lots of butterflies around, even some birds just flying past. Lots of river grass in here as well, and then you get a bit of that sun. Got some nice. The water's flowing pretty good, so that big thunderstorm we had yesterday worked out pretty well. So we're going to head down to the bottom first and then just work my way up. It's generally the best way to do it, sort of have a look and see what I can find. And if I like anything, I can always get on the way back instead of just stopping and starting. So, as you can see, it's very, very nice at the moment. Bit of sun, not too hot. And there's some bird life floating around. So that's always a good sign. It's a nice easy path. Very, very no stress at all here. Even the forest around it's pretty good. Little bits of moss as well down on the walkway and on the rocks. So there should be some opportunities here. I think that light is pretty harsh out in the sun. Got the little ND8 polariser on the Pocket 3 just to cut back some of that light. It's pretty nasty. But you can see this beautiful forest. As always up here, we're very lucky on the sunny coast. Obviously I've got the Polar Pro polariser ND filters in one, and I'm going to need that especially today with a glare. If you're looking at the rocks, so that rock out here, getting those falls and getting some slow motion. So we're getting down to some of the bigger falls, and then the main little falls just down here, Gardner Falls. Definitely more water, because last time I came I was standing on the rock out here shooting back up towards that little falls. So definitely a little bit more water. It's a good sign, so Gardner Falls might be flowing pretty good. I'll probably head down here and start shooting here, I reckon. See what we can find. Take you over. Oh, plenty of water. Some good options here, I think. Pumping through. Okay, so this is the main falls, Gardner Falls. And you see I've got some beautiful trees and stuff around here and lovely shapes in the foreground, but the dynamic range of trying to get that waterfall at 1/8 of a second and cutting the highlights down is pretty tricky. I think I need to be, I'll just swing you around, over here shooting back that way at the falls. Now last time I walked across it, I climbed through there to get a shot, and it was definitely a lot better face on the falls. So I'm wondering if I can get around there, but I can't see any paths or anything. So it's going to be tricky finding a way to get in. There's some beautiful light just over here. Just take you away from behind this tree. You can see just where I pointed, that light coming through the trees all over the moss on those rocks. So I'm just going to spend some time here, see if I can find any compositions. I can see a little bit of cloud in the background. Ooh. Cloud up in the skies. Just floating through. Up here there's a little bit of cloud. So maybe able to get a little bit of overcast, which will balance it out. And you can see here the swing. This is where everyone comes swimming. So yeah, just got to have a bit of a look around. Definitely some stuff here to get. Just finding the right composition. It's going to take a little bit of hunting. Alright, I found my second spot. Involves me getting my feet wet yet again, as always. It's not too bad though. It's only ankle deep. These beautiful little falls. And a heap of people turned up down to the other falls, so I didn't want a video there. I have to ask 50 people's permission. I've just got a cloud over, so I'm going to try and get in there and shoot. Hopefully you can hear me over the waterfall. So going to be horizontal on this one, unusual for me, I know. I've got ND 1000 on. And what I'm trying to do is get some of this swirling water in the foreground. 8 seconds, f16, ISO 100. I'm going to focus just down here on there. What I might do is go over to video. Okay, so you can see here what I'm shooting. Obviously got an ND64 on to show you what can happen. That's with the ND off, the polariser off. And that's with it on there. So you can see I got it framed fairly well. I've got this swirling bubbles here as my subject in the foreground, and I want to get some flow on that background. So I may even bring this bottom edge just up a touch, and that'll give me a bit more green in the background. That'll be should be a nice little shot, 16 by 9. So I want to sort of give myself some room at the top and the bottom of the frame. So just come up just a touch. So about there, I reckon. Yeah, so that looks pretty good. It's fairly balanced. So you can see how this is swirling around in the foreground here. And then obviously the flow of the water and nice little horizontal shot. Right now, I'll switch back over to camera and see if we can get a shot. Now, and the same change back filters. Now, Polar Pro has the twist lock, so it's magnetic, but it also twists, so it gives you a little bit more safety net. Good. Obviously, just recheck all your focus and stuff once you have got it on. That looks pretty good. 8 seconds there. Got a 10-second timer on, let's see what happens. And that looks, yeah, pretty cool. 8 seconds, maybe a little bit long. I'm gonna play with the times and then I'll come back to you. Probably third and final one. I got some good shots back at the last one. They come up pretty good. I ended up double stacking the ND filters to get a shot to see if I could get like out to 30 seconds. And I've got this rock here. I want to come in and try and get that if I can. Just gotta watch me footing. This isn't sketchy much. Well, done and dusted for another week. The 90 16 to 35 was a really good choice today. I had fun with it. Getting these little rock bars and the little falls, having that wide lens to fit it in and get right up close. The swirling water in one of them, that come up, I think that should come up really good. And then even here, plunging the log and the rock, that was a tricky one. But I had a good watch. You see it's a beautiful day. Sun's out, it was pretty hot in the sun, it's nice here in the shade. But I was super impressed today with the Polar Pro filters. I haven't used them super much since I got them. I've been busy doing other stuff. But they worked out really well. So the Arrogate system, not only are they magnetic, but they've got that little twist lock. And you've got it twisted like that, and then the magnet. So the magnet's pretty strong, but just to make sure you like a catalyst return and it locks on, so just gives that extra mental happiness that it's not going to just fall in the river or in the ocean, depending where you are, and knowing that they're locked on and just locked. So that's always, I think, realistic from a mechanics perspective, it's the best system I've seen. The magnets are good, and that's kind of how good you get a magnet. If you bump it in the wrong angle, you can still knock it off. So very happy with how they do that. They do a great image. And these are the polarization with the ND 65 to 1000 is all I used. And I'm very happy with how it worked out. I've got some good photos. At least half a dozen good ones in there. I would have liked to be out there in the main falls around the other side, which is super sketchy. I tried to find track and was up, and there's some trees with razor needles all over the. I wasn't going for that. I'm sorry. Not for a photo, so I get covered in blood. They were falling over and breaking the leg. Yeah. Anyway, I'll see you all next week. Hope you enjoyed these photos. Stay safe. Thanks for stopping by.